reported, Tanveer, thank you. It was reported in the organizer, of course, I must qualify that Jawaharlal Nehru signed a mercy bond to escape prison after spending 2 weeks in Nabha prison in 1923. He had been sentenced to 2 years imprisonment. He got out of jail. He had a famous father called, famous lawyer father called Motilal Nehru, right? And so this is a point that you need to understand. Second point is that the British used different measures, both ethical and unethical, to maintain supremacy over the Indian subjects, as has been reported. Mercy petitions were one such weapon wielded by the British imperialists.
Nava was not part of British Empire.
In answer to the question, who made him Veer Savarkar?
No, it was a princely state.
In answer to the question, who made him Veer Savarkar? My question is, did Veer Savarkar go to Kalapani? Or did Nehru go to Kalapani?
Writing an apology letter to
Did Veer Savarkar go to Kalapani? Did Nehru go to Kalapani? Tanveer, don't shout. Tanveer, I waited for you to finish. Tanveer, I waited for you to finish.
Nehru spent 11 years in jail. No, Nehru spent 11 years in jail, did he? Yes, he did.
Now, did
the entire country really rally behind Nehru? Yes, they did. Did the entire country want Nehru to be the Prime Minister? Yes, it was. Did Nehru contribute from 0.1% of GDP to 4%? Yes, he did. Did he bring IIM, IIT, ISRO? Yes, he did.
Arna, may I come in, please?
Finished, Mr. Yeah, 1 minute. Yes, Mr. Mohan Krishna, you can come in. If somebody asks me today who made him Veer Savarkar, I'll also ask who made him Chacha Nehru. If somebody asks who compromised whom, then I'll ask, is it true that Edwina Mountbatten called Nehru
given because he used to love
during the
children?
1948 Pakistani incursion?
Arnab,
I will ask, no?
Arnab, decimated,
Should I start asking? Mohan Krishna, what is going to happen if the Savarkar debate comes back?
Yes, you need to. I need to know what did Edwina call Nehru. I want to know. I'm sure Edwina would have called better words than calling him Chacha. So Edwina and Nehru, I'm sure Edwina would have really called better words.
Anyway, that's not my point, but that's yours.
Children
Mohan
really
Krishna is on the debate.
Chacha
Mohan Krishna, what happens if the Savarkar issue is removed? If the Savarkar portrait is removed, what will follow?
Decimated, frustrated, ideologyless Congress people, they always talk on distorted history of India. They have never said who has fought for the freedom of the country, except Chacha Nehru, their Gandhi family, and everything. Let me ask a simple question to the Congress people today. There are about 465 names for the institutions in India under the name of the Gandhi family and Nehru himself. Has BJP any time has spoken or distorted in last 9 years? No. When it comes to Savarkar, the junior Kharge, who is the son of the president of the Kharge, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, has to look back at the history first. Has to look back at the history first before talking about Veer Savarkar. Why is that? Why is that Congress, whenever they lose the elections, either they talk of EVM, they talk of Hinduism, Hindutva, and soft Hindutva, and now coming to the point of Savarkar. Yes, as our leaders are very much, our tallest leader, Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi, is very much fascinated to make the history right. We have brought an EP for that. Why is that Congress want to distort the history again and bring in the Macaulay system of education and show that the people that only Nehru and Gandhi family has done everything for the country? Am I right or wrong?
I think the gentleman doesn't even understand the question. He is absolutely... sir, Sir, we are speaking about
unmute
Savarkar.
yourself,
If
sir.
you want to have a debate
Aslam.
about national education policy,
Unmute yourself.
I understand national education
boss.
policy much better than you. We can really have a debate about national education policy and the lacunas. I know about the McCallum system of education much better. I was a teacher myself. You want to really know what distorted history are you talking about? You want to really speak about? You want to speak about Tipu Sultan? You want to really say that that was not contribution? Come on, you need to really spell the coffee and wake up.
Saying is not your ideology, idol. Chandrasekhar Azad is not your idol, and they have all fought for the country's freedom.
I'll answer you.
Chandrasekhar Azad is my idol. Chandrasekhar Azad was a socialist. Chandrasekhar Azad was a socialist. Chandrasekhar Azad had absolutely rejected, and he was an anti-BJP, anti-RSS ideology. Bhagat Singh never followed BJP and RSS ideology. Bhagat Singh was way ahead of his time. Did he really? I mean, come on.
I personally think the Congress can't follow through on this threat. I don't think the Congress can follow through on its threat or dare to remove the Savarkar portrait because it will be political suicide for them. What's your take, Saidabas?
All right, Arnab. I will answer that. I don't think Congress even needs to be dared about it. As a matter of fact, Sri Siddaramaiah ji has made an open statement that this decision lies with the party and the Speaker of the Assembly. In fact, Priyank Kharge, one of the ministers in the cabinet, has stated we do not need communal dividing, polarizing figures in the Assembly. Now coming to this, who are you talking about daring, Arnab? What good is I am a Mannina Maga from Karnataka, Kannadiga. I, as a Kannadiga, would not want to see somebody who wrote mercy petitions to the British, somebody who wrote, I beg to remain your loyal servant. I'd rather see a Bhagat Singh. I'd rather see a Bhagat Singh and a Goswami. To me, a Savarkar is not a leader. I'm sorry.
Mercy letter to the Britishers from the Nehru. You don't talk about that. You don't talk about that. You talk about Veer Savarkar's mercy letter. Who has made him? Who has pressurized him to write that letter?
When you went about by taking away the Muslim reservation, when you went about attacking the hijab, when you went about attacking the halal meat, and so on and so forth. What is your problem with the Muslim community, sir? Why won't you let, why don't you listen to your own former chief?
They don't have ideology.
This is not a
They want to be
Hindu-Muslim
soft Hindutva. They want to be on soft Hindutva. And they want to create a clutter and the kind of...
Do I close now?
This is not fair. He's not allowing me to speak.
How much time do I have?
Sir, allow me 30 seconds to speak, sir. Allow a youth of Karnataka to speak.
Syed Abbas. Mr. Abbas, can I speak, please? Please understand one thing. For the British, the biggest threat was not Nehru. Nehru was on the British side all throughout.
Yes.
The biggest threat was from Savarkar. He was considered a dangerous seditionist. Secondly,
no, please.
Even when he was in Port Blair,
please, let's not demean the contribution of Nehru. You can't really say that. That is absolutely horrendous, horrible statement to really say Nehru was at British side. No, it is Nehru's might and Nehru's intellect.
I didn't say Nehru was a British import. I have said on many things, it was more convenient for the British to be talking to Nehru than to be talking to the leaders who took a stronger stand. And let me explain, instead of saying no, very bad and all that, remember here, Tanveer, can you tell me who was tortured in Kalapani, Nehru or Savarkar? Why was he brutally tortured in Kalapani, Nehru or Savarkar?
So many were tortured.
Who was brutally tortured in Kalapani, Nehru or Savarkar?
So many freedom fighters were tortured in Kalapani.
I'm asking you, Nehru or Savarkar?
How many of them wrote mercy petition?
Like Nehru.
Arnab, there were hundreds of prisoners in Kalapani.
Like Nehru, he was tortured in Kalapani. When did Nehru go to Kalapani, Baba? I don't know.
They don't have answer.
Did he go?
Answer me.
Nehru was in jail for 11 years. Nehru was there in jail for 11 years.
Did Nehru go to England mobilizing people against the British?
Do you know Mr. Tanveer?
Okay, tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. How many books of Nehru were banned by the British? 8 books of Savarkar were banned by the British. How many books of Nehru were banned by the British?
Arnab, you're giving this Nehru versus
How many
Savarkar
were? Answer that name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and a half.
If you allow me, Arnab, allow me to answer you. Arnab, me as a young Indian, me as a Kannadiga, to me, a Chetan Bhagat is a hero who never wrote mercy petition but gave his life for the country. Not a man.
Come on, Syed Abbas. Syed Abbas. The same mercy petition was written by Nehru also.
Chetan Bhagat?
Are you against Nehru then?
What did he say? Did he say Chetan Bhagat?
Don't disturb the
Did he say Chetan Bhagat?
I do not care about
What did he say? He said
or any other party. I care only about not being a coward.
You said Chetan Bhagat? You mean who? Bhagat Singh, you mean? What are you saying? You said Chetan Bhagat. What's on top of mind recall for you, man? Good. Okay, now my question is, my question is, yeah, thank you. At least I don't know what's top of mind recall. I don't know what you've been reading of late, man. I really wonder how much history you understand if you've been reading Chetan Bhagat. My question is, listen, I'll tell you one thing. The Congress can never dare to remove Savarkar's portrait.
Arnab, they will remove it.
Arnab,
They don't care about your dare.
Just give me
There
30
will be a
seconds.
national.
Just give me
They
10
can't. They
seconds.
won't.
Arnab,
They
you
won't.
watch, they will remove
They
it.
won't.
They
Just
will.
give me
I
10
challenge
seconds.
you.
Just
I
10
challenge you on
seconds,
that,
Arnab.
Arnab. I
Arnab,
challenge you on your show,
we have
on
put
Republic
with
TV, that Congress
of
party
faith
will
in the
remove
history of the
Veer
country,
Savarkar.
and the Savarkar photo has been unveiled by Basuraj Bommai.
No.
When
We don't
Vishweshwar
need to
Hegde
really
Kageri was
remove
the-
Savarkar.
Kageri was
Congress
the
is not going to
speaker.
remove
Last year I
Savarkar,
was
but we
there
need
in
to
the
educate
Belagavi
better
session, and we
about
have
Nehru and his
appreciated
contribution.
that this junior
Okay, ladies and
Kharge-
gentlemen,
We don't need to really
ladies and
remove
gentlemen,
Savarkar. We don't
ladies
need
and
to really
gentlemen, I'm
remove
over on time.